G'day, Harry in the shed again, working on my Chevy Silverado, and I've pulled so much of this apart, but there's still more to do. As they say in the classics, things have to get worse before they get better. So I'm going to be tearing down the front end because I want to put new brakes on it, new bearings, ball joints, things like that, all the wearable parts, and clean it up before we get the engine, even think about putting the engine back in. So without further ado, I'm just going to get stuck into it and let's see what we learn along the way. So I'm going to get started on the brakes and hubs, removing them, removing the brake lines, and probably going to make a bit of a mess. I need a small, do we have a small tray? Small tray to catch all the brake fluid. I don't know where the multi-grips have gone. You know what? Let's go get a new pair of multi-grips. We'll be back. All right, we're back. What about just? That's heaps. There we go. There. Just a bit of gentle persuasion. Ooh. You can see there's not a lot of meat left on these pads, so they're due for replacement. But we might even end up, I'll probably end up putting rebuild kit through the caliper. That's a big, heavy caliper. Right. Now, something really stupid about the brakes on these things is you can see, like, that disc is actually part of this whole hub assembly. It is absolutely massive. So you've really got to pull the bearings apart to get your discs off. There's like a bit of a center cap in there, and you'll see there's a couple of like access holes. So I'm just going to try it with a screwdriver to see if I can get that center cap off. Okay. Got a bit of movement there. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Right. But I'm going to need my creeper. I'm going to get my creeper. Turns out it's a 30. And you know what? Because you don't do these up all that tight, I think they're only supposed to be like 12 pound or something when you torque them on. They're virtually finger tight. So it's about 30 degrees here today. Lovely Melbourne summer's day. Except for the 8,000% humidity. Like, how stupid is that? I mean, I understand you do this to cut costs, but from a maintenance point of view, surely there would have been a way to either bolt a disc to the hub or something like that. But you know what? That's off. Hooray. Alrighty, so we've done the tie rod ends for the steering, so this stud now moves freely on its own, and I want to undo the upper and lower ball joints. Now I've got no idea how much tension this spring is in, so as a bit of a safety measure, I'll put my jack underneath so that I can undo this bolt. I've obviously pulled the split pin out already, so I can undo this nut and it should hold all this in place, because if it starts to move, I'm out of here. So let's see how we go. So there we go, the whole front end is now apart. Brake lines, power steering lines. The other thing I've got left is the hydro booster on the firewall, and I'll probably pull that off at some stage just to go through and make sure that's working as it should. I attacked one of the chassis risers with a bit of degreaser and a wire wheel on the angle grinder just to see how it would end up, and it's looking like she'll clean up pretty well. As I say, this isn't a full body off chassis restoration by any stretch of the imagination. I just want to end up with a neat street truck. So we're going to clean it all up and paint it before we start putting stuff on. I've ordered up all the bits I think I need to rebuild the front end, but some of them are about 6 weeks away. And as you can tell by the number of times I posed, I don't do anything quickly. But yeah, as always, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't as yet, please subscribe so that way you'll know when I do post up. And yeah, enjoy. You can even catch me on Instagram these days at Harry's Big Shed, and we'll see what happens next time we get together.